Although here is a little chance of a war between India and Turkey, but we are discussing about it because of Turkey's present attitude against India. Nowadays Turkey is trying to create a coalition of Muslim countries, including India's main rival Pakistan and Iran against India. Turkish President Erdogan is trying to be the leader of Islamic countries. India and Turkey do not share any land border, and distance between these two countries is over 4,500 kilometers through air. To reach through waters, both countries will have to go through Suez Canal of Egypt, and the distance is about 5,000 nautical miles. As per geographical positions of two nations, role of land forces will be very minimal. Main war will be fight in air and sea domain. So, our main focus of discussion will be on air and naval power. India and Turkey both have a potent air force, and both are in process of modernizing its air force. As per Global Firepower Index 2020, Indian Air Force stands on 4th position with a total number of 2,123 aircrafts. On the other hand, Turkey stands on 9th position with a total number of 1,055 aircrafts. Indian Air Force has 538 fighter aircrafts, 172 dedicated land attack aircrafts, 250 transport, 359 trainer and 77 special mission aircrafts. IAF has 722 helicopters, including 23 attack helicopters. Turkish Air Force has 206 fighter aircrafts, no dedicated attack aircrafts, 80 transport, 276 trainer and 18 special mission aircrafts. It has also 497 helicopters, including 100 attack helicopters. Turkey has handful F-16 aircrafts, but only 56 are Block 50 standard, which is considered to be 4th plus generation aircraft. Rest of the F-16s are old and C version. Besides F-16s, Turkey operates vintage F-4 Phantom II fighters of USA, which is considered to be 3rd generation aircrafts. Turkish Air Force has 4 AWACS and 7 aerial refueling tanker aircrafts. Notably, Turkey a fleet of about 200 UAV, among them near 100 are armed UAV. On the other side, Indian Air Force has a variety of combat aircrafts. IAF has 54 3rd generation MiG-21 Interceptor, 110 Jaguar ground attack, 65 MiG-29 UPG multi-role, 49 Mirage 2000 multi-role, 265 Su-30 MKI multi-role, 17 liters Sea Tejas multi-role and 36 Rafale multi-role aircrafts. Besides these combat aircrafts, IAF has a fleet of 5 AWACS and 6 aerial refueling tanker aircrafts. IAF has an electronic warfare aircraft also and a fleet of about 150 UAV for surveillance purpose. Both acquired Russian S-400 air defense systems. Turkey have already been delivered first batch of S-400 and India is going get very soon. So, in the context of S-400, both will have similar advantage and disadvantage. Comparing both Air Force, Indian Air Force has a clear edge. Except near about 50 F-16 Block 50 fighters, any other aircraft of Turkish aircraft has not the capability to reach Indian airspace for attacking by flying 4,500 kilometers. Most of their aircrafts are interceptor. Those may be little effective to guard its own airspace against Indian fighters, but not capable to attack on Indian land. On the other side, Indian large fleet of Su-30 MKI, Rafale, Mirage and MiG-29 will create dominance over Turkish airspace with the help of aerial refueling tanker aircraft and AWACS. The fleet has potent power to hammer Turkish ground target. Main disadvantage of Turkish Air Force is shortage of dedicated attack or multi-role aircrafts. Refueling tanker aircrafts will play a crucial role in this game, because without mid-air refueling, none of the aircrafts of both sides can operate a mission on enemy's airspace. Importantly, IAF's Rafale and Su-30 CMKI have buddy-buddy refueling facility. So, these jets may used as refuelers also. Now, we will go the sea domain. Turkish Navy has total 149 assets to fight against India. They have no aircraft carrier or destroyer or any nuclear submarine. Turkey has 16 frigates, 10 corvettes, 12 conventional submarines, 35 patrol crafts and 11 mines warfare vessels. That's all about Turkish Navy. In front of Turkey, Indian Navy has a huge fleet of warships with a total assets of 285. Indian Navy has an aircraft carrier, 10 destroyer, 13 frigates, 19 corvettes, 16 submarines, including 2 nuclear submarines. Another will be inducted this year, 139 patrol crafts and 3 mine warfare vessels. Most of the Turkish Navy's warships operate in and around Mediterranean Sea. They have little capability to operate in Indian Ocean and to significant attack on Indian lands. Turkish submarines will create definite trouble for Indian warships in Mediterranean Sea. On the other side, Indian carrier strike group with nuclear submarines and large destroyers are capable to dominate Turkish backyard. Warships can carry out land attacks on Turkish land. Indian Navy has 40 plus MiG-29K multi-role aircraft which will join the operation with Indian Air Force. They have also a fleet of 8 P-8 Poseidon anti-submarine and reconnaissance aircrafts. Turkey obtains tactical ballistic missile, named Bora, which has a maximum range of 360 kilometers. With Bora, Turkey can't attack on Indian land from its own land. But India has Agni 5 intercontinental ballistic missile with a range of over 5,500 kilometers. With Agni 5, India can attack on entire Turkey very easily. From the above discussion, anyone can judge that India can beat Turkey decisively. But real combat does not fight on papers. In a war situation, coalition may be created, or scenario may be changed. So, nothing is realistic, other than imagination. Many of you may have different opinion, but opinion should have logic and ground. Thank you everyone for watching this video.